Hello, welcome to the Mountain Hideaway, and I am outside. It is gorgeous here today, and I have my sheets hanging off of our banister, soaking up some of the sunshine. It's a little bright, but it is gorgeous out. So I am soaking up this before I head off on Saturday for my retreat. I am going to go visit my brother and his wife in Boston, which will be nice. And so I'm doing that. And then I will set off for my 10-day. There's a honeybee. Can you hear it? Oh, anyways, so my 10-day Vipassana retreat, and I will link the information here as well as I did last week. So I will be in a 10-day sit. It is my first official meditation retreat, and I'm very excited. I have had a meditation practice for a while, but it has never been something that I have been able to sit for an extended period of time. And back in June, I did a virtual, retreat, silent retreat for myself that I created while I was out of town. And I will link to that. And Insight Timer has some options of how to set up your day to do that also. And that was the first time that I had ever done anything like that. And it was a wonderful gift because I was by myself. I had told my family that don't interrupt me, and I was able to kind of have that space. And it kind of set the seed for me to deepen my practice. And it is really hard to have a long term spiritual practice when you are a householder, when you have other people that you have to tend to, or even tend for yourself, cook, and all those things. So this is 10 days where it's very regimented. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and sit for several times during the day, and it's all silent, which will be an interesting opportunity for me. And my family was actually making fun of me last time. They're like, oh, 10 days. How are you going to be silent for 10 days? And I do love to talk. I love to talk to people. I love to share ideas, and I love meeting new people. And I really do love that. But I've noticed through my older years that in order for me to uh, have that joy of talking to people, I need my silence. I need my time where I withdraw and I have my practices of yoga, breath, meditation, nature, journaling, all of those things so that I can kind of get quiet and I can listen to myself before sharing with the world. So it will be a challenge because I can't talk, I can't write. That's going to be a big one for me. I can't journal. And I think talking and journaling are the two biggest ways I process things. So that's going to be a challenge. And so I guess I'm kind of meeting the challenge, and I am really ready to sit and to be with not only my thoughts, but to let go of all my responsibilities. I am working really hard this week to try and tie up loose ends and finish some things so that when I am in meditation, I know that it's been done and I don't have to worry about it. And I will not have a cell phone. Nobody can contact me unless it's an emergency. So I don't know. It'll be very interesting, and I look forward to sharing that. And so I wanted to also say that yesterday we entered the New Year, Chinese New Year, and it is the year of the fire horse. And I have this card. It is the Night of Inspiration from the Muse Tarot by Chrisanne, and I love this guy. And he has a lot of fire. You can see, I don't know if you can see the fire flames, and there's also like magical golden dust coming from him, and the fireworks, and it has a lot of power to it, and there is a lot of fire, and there's a lot of astrology out there about um, a lot of planets are moving into Aries, and it's all about, the warrior and power and fire, um, which can also be unsettling and scary for a lot of people. And so I am kind of tapping into this energy to, I guess, a little bit of a kickstart for my life. There's been a lot of things that have been kind of simmering under the surface that I've shared here, and that I just haven't put into practice yet. So that is a big thing for me, especially after this retreat. And so I just love this guy. And I also love the idea, instead of heading into everything um, with an unsettled energy, I think it's really important that our activity, our intention comes from a place of um, like devotion and knowing your values. So instead of just grabbing on to everything, and instead of trying to figure out everything with our mind, how can we show up in our lives and our communities and our families from a place of being grounded? I think it's going to be really important, as just so much is shifting right now, especially on the world stage. And I'm really trying to come to my practices, deepen my practices, so that I can show up in my life and my communities um, with a full heart and be grounded instead of being frazzled and overwhelmed. Um, but I do love the fire of this card. So this is something for a little inspiration for us this year. And it's very interesting. I did a tarot spread for this year, for the astrological signs I did. And this guy showed up in my very first house, my house of self. So very much like the I am. And so I'm kind of taking on this spirit in a very personal way this year. So that's that one. And then the other thing I just wanted to share was, this was my card also for the month of February. And she is the page of inspiration. So the page is kind of like the squire or the student. It's the beginning of something. And I love this image of this woman. And this is also from the Muse Tarot. And I love that she has her ear to the ground, and I love that her hair kind of like spreads out and then reaches up, and then the clouds of ideas and inspiration. And I think one of the things I also really connected to this card was the setting of it. I am not a normal um, desert person. I have always lived with deciduous trees and conifers, and I've had a lot of green in my life. And when I went to Mexico, that was my first real change of scenery. And that was such a pivotal trip that I took to Oaxaca, and on my kind of creative journaling retreat with Lisa Sonora. And so that kind of opened the door for me. And then when I went on my trip to, with my friend, to Arizona and the Grand Canyon and Zion, it was this type of landscape, and it was really interesting. And I really connected it into a deep way, and I will be revisiting it when I go to Sedona in April. So, yeah, so this card is just um, what I'm kind of taking into my meditation retreat. It's an opportunity to listen and to get those sparks of inspiration, but I don't have to hold it all. I don't have to do it all. That I can just let the ideas come to me. And we are still in winter, despite the beautiful weather here. We're still in winter. We're still in, even though the spark was lit during Imbolc, it's not here yet. Spring equinox is still about a month away. And um, so you don't feel like you have to do everything right now. I think there's so much pressure to set intentions and plant the seeds and get going with everything. And as much as I love the energy of this guy, we don't have to do this all the time. We can't sustain doing this all the time. And So I think having both is really important, to listen, to get quiet, to do the practices that allow you to listen, to hold the ideas, and to really sit with them. Are they for you? Is it something that you want to do in your life or not? And then once you kind of let that stew a little bit, especially for the spring equinox, when that comes, our fire will be more lit and we will have more energy. We will be more resourced to step into this energy a little bit more. Um, so I hope that serves as a little inspiration for you today. These videos are kind of nice to do because I'm having a really hard time sitting still at my computer when I have all these other tasks I have to do. So to step outside and to chat with you is much nicer. And I get to use my voice while I have it. So, I am hoping to shoot a couple of videos while I'm gone. I'm going to pre post them for you. So, hopefully, I can get to that today and tomorrow before I go. So, that is my plan. But I will also share some resources for Pisces season, which we are entering. It's a nice season, a little bit of a shift, our last astrological season before stepping into the new wheel. So, I hope that you have a lovely day wherever you are. And I hope that you take a little bit of time today to connect to yourself, to breathe, to remember that we are all in this together. And I do think it's really important that we remember the pause. It is good and important and vital to pause. We can't rush into everything and with that fiery energy. Um, it's important for us to stay well resourced, rested, nourished. So take care of yourselves, and I will see you March. Let's see, when will I be back? Probably I'll be back March 15th officially. I will be back in Tennessee, but hopefully I can maybe post a couple things after I am out just to say hello. So, yep, just wishing you well, and I hope that you have a lovely, lovely day. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.